More than 100 people disappeared trying to solve a single mystery. They were not searching for treasure, nor were they hunting a criminal. They were searching for one man. In 1925, a respected explorer named Percy Fawcett walked into the Amazon rainforest and never returned. Fawcett believed that deep inside the jungle stood the ruins of an ancient lost civilization. Most experts dismissed his theory, yet nearly a century later, discoveries hidden beneath the rainforest suggest he may have been right all along. So what really happened to Percy Fawcett? Did he die in the jungle? Was he killed? Or did he discover something so extraordinary that the truth vanished with him? This is the mystery of the lost city of Z. Chapter 1. The last great mystery on Earth. 100 years ago, the Amazon rainforest was one of the least explored places on Earth. Vast areas of the jungle remained completely unmapped and largely unknown to the outside world. There were no satellites, no GPS systems, and no reliable aerial surveys. Instead, explorers faced endless forests, powerful rivers, dangerous wildlife, and deadly diseases. For most people, the Amazon was a place to avoid. For Percy Fawcett, however, it was a place filled with unanswered questions. He believed that somewhere within this enormous wilderness lay evidence of a forgotten past, and he was determined to find it. Chapter 2. The Man Who Challenged History. Percy Fawcett was not an ordinary adventurer. He was a highly respected British explorer who spent years mapping remote regions of South America. His journeys took him into areas where few outsiders had ever traveled, earning him a reputation for courage and determination. During these expeditions, Fawcett repeatedly heard stories about ancient cities hidden deep within the jungle. Local communities spoke of stone ruins, forgotten settlements, and civilizations that had long disappeared beneath the rainforest. While most explorers ignored these tales, Fawcett took them seriously. Over time, these stories would shape an idea that many considered impossible. Chapter 3. The Lost City of Z. As Fawcett studied historical records and accounts from earlier explorers, he became convinced that the legends might contain a grain of truth. At the time, most scientists believed the Amazon could never support a large civilization. The environment was thought to be too harsh, and the soil too poor. Yet Fawcett believed the evidence pointed in another direction. He concluded that somewhere in the rainforest stood the remains of an advanced civilization that history had forgotten. He called this mysterious place simply Zed. He did not know exactly where it was, but he was convinced it existed. While critics mocked his theory, Fawcett became increasingly determined to prove them wrong. Chapter 4. The Final Expedition. In 1925, Percy Fawcett prepared for what he believed would be the most important expedition of his life. Joining him were his son Jack Fawcett and Jack's friend Raleigh Rymel. The team was deliberately small because Fawcett believed a smaller group could move more efficiently through the jungle. Friends warned him about the dangers, but he remained confident. Years of preparation had led to this moment. Convinced that he was closer than ever to finding the lost city of Z, he gathered his supplies, finalized his plans, and set off into the Amazon rainforest. Chapter 5. Into the Heart of the Amazon. As the expedition moved deeper into the jungle, conditions became increasingly difficult. The heat was relentless, the terrain unforgiving, and the vegetation so dense that progress was often slow. Yet reports suggested that the group remained optimistic. Fawcett continued pushing forward, crossing rivers and navigating remote regions that few outsiders had ever seen. Every step brought him closer to the area where he believed the lost city of Z might be hidden. He had spent years preparing for this journey, and turning back was never an option. Chapter 6. The Last Message. The final confirmed communication from the expedition came from a location known as Dead Horse Camp. In his message, Fawcett sounded calm and confident. There was no indication that the group was in danger. He reassured everyone that the expedition was progressing as planned and expected to continue deeper into the jungle. Nothing in the letter suggested that anything was wrong. Yet this message would become the last confirmed contact anyone would ever receive from Percy Fawcett. Chapter 7. The vanishing after Dead Horse Camp. The expedition disappeared. Days turned into weeks, and weeks turned into months. No new messages arrived, no reports emerged, and no trace of the group could be found. At first, people remained hopeful because delays were common in the Amazon. Eventually, however, concern spread around the world. Newspapers began reporting the story, and questions multiplied. What had happened to Percy Fawcett? Why had all communication stopped? Nobody knew. The jungle remained silent. Chapter 8. The Search for Answers. As concern grew, search expeditions entered the rainforest in an attempt to discover what had happened. Teams followed possible routes, interviewed local communities, and investigated countless rumors. Yet every search produced the same result. No confirmed evidence. Some believed Fawcett had been killed. Others thought disease or starvation had claimed the expedition, while a few insisted that he might still be alive somewhere in the jungle. Despite years of effort, no theory could be proven. Instead of solving the mystery, each search only made it more complicated. Chapter 9. Was Fawcett right? For decades, many historians assumed the mystery would never be solved. Then, modern archaeology began revealing something remarkable. Researchers discovered evidence of ancient settlements hidden beneath the Amazon rainforest. They found roads, earthworks, and signs of large communities that had once existed in regions previously thought incapable of supporting civilization. These discoveries challenged long-held assumptions and raised an extraordinary possibility. What if Percy Fawcett had been right all along? While no discovery has confirmed the existence of the lost city of Z itself, modern findings suggest that the Amazon's past was far more complex than anyone once imagined. Chapter 10. The Mystery That Refuses to Die. Nearly a century has passed since Percy Fawcett entered the Amazon rainforest, yet the mystery remains unsolved. No confirmed remains have been found, no final campsite has been discovered, and no evidence has revealed